Everyone, my name is Vatsal,
And my name is Florentina.
and we are making this video to share to you all about this amazing book that we have read. It is called Death, an Inside Story, written by Sadhguru, and this is one of the best books that I have ever read, and I'm so happy to read this book, and I want to share it with all of you. And I hope you all read this book because it has everything that we need to know about death, about our own death, about the death of other people around us, and everything related to this, what we need to do for ourselves, for others, and many more aspects relating to that. It is explaining about everything, and you don't need to believe all of this to benefit from it. Just read it and see what it can offer to you.
It is not only about death, but about life as well, about the mystery of life, about how we take birth, how the soul chooses its body, what is our structure as a being, like the subtle structure, the gross structure, what that actually means. Is there really any such thing as real death, or there is an afterlife afterwards? About heaven and hell, dispelling misconceptions and bringing relief to those who are suffering from losing someone dear to them, or dealing with death or being afraid of death. I think it is a great help for those people who are afraid of death, and also for the spiritual seekers who are looking for the meaning of life and a way to transcend it and look above. Despite the title that it is about death, this book, in my perspective, is actually about life. First, when I start reading it, I just start with the end of the book because I think it is sad to read about death. That's how I thought when this book first came at home, when you brought it. So I'm starting reading it from the end because I want to see the happy part. Like, I'm sure that at the end it must be somewhere about the afterlife, and then there is a continuation of the soul, and then there will be relief, and that the death is an illusion. And I want to read the happy part to be able to handle the difficult part of how a person crosses over, how we can help that person, and how is the correct way to perform the funerals. I mean, there is no such thing as a correct way, but in a way in which you can help that soul to move on. And I thought this is spooky, this is sad, and it is very concerning when you think about the family or even about yourself, that you will be in that situation one day, because all of us think that we are immortal, aren't we? So here it's written, a book for all those who shall die.
Yeah.
Could that be me? No, I am immortal. But
some
yes,
people
it will
even think they are
happen.
immortal. So even if you think you are immortal, maybe the people you know will die anyway. So
Yes.
it's still going to help you.
It's going to help you.
Yes.
So yes, as I was saying, I started to read from the end, and then it came the time to read from the beginning, of course, and then I realized that it was such a silly thing to do, because if you start from the beginning till the end, this book, it's giving so much strength and empowerment, and you feel so much at ease and at peace within yourself, that you will understand actually who you are and what is your place in this world, and it is full of optimism and happiness by the end of it. And I want to talk about the author. Like, many of you might not know who Sadhguru is. So first of all, you can see this guy on the cover here with fluffy beard, and this it's him physically talking. He is a spiritual guru who lives in India, and I knew, like, I used to listen his talks since a long time, since I was in college, and yet I never knew who he truly was until I experienced his presence. Like, his energy feels amazing. It brings so much peace and happiness to be in his presence. And I have the same feeling after reading this book. It is the same like when he is going to give a talk, and by the end people are just so ecstatic, dancing around, and they are so happy. And it feels just like that after reading it. But of course, I want to warn you, like I said, do not start it from the middle, because you might not understand and you might find it spooky. But we like spooky things, aren't we? But start it from the beginning and read it till the end. And it is a transformation you are going through as you are reading it. It will really touch your heart. I hope so, just as it touched ours. So I warmly recommend this book. It is by far one of the best books I read so far.
Yes, and even if you do not like the author, you may have some disagreements with some things he may have said in the past, which I can understand, but do not let it hold you back from reading the book and taking whatever is truly
Yes.
like precious things written in the book. Because if you let some past preconception about this person, or gurus in general, people have preconceptions about them, if you let that come in between and don't read the book or don't take it as it is, I think you are the one who is missing out, not anyone else. So I just want you to be open minded, to be just open and receiving, and just take in whatever the book has to offer you. That's all I can say, and it is really an amazing book.
Yes, for sure, you need to read this with an open mind, and even if there are things which you might disagree with, you take what it is useful for you, and for sure there will be a lot of useful things in this book. At least, even I had preconception, but while reading this book, I had nothing to disagree with personally, because even the author himself, he will not like people to just blindly believe what he is saying, but he is encouraging us to be seekers, to look for the truth. And when you hear the truth, when it feels in your heart like that, the truth, that it is the truth, it feels at ease and it feels liberating, then you are hearing the truth.
Yes.
Also, this book is very easy to read. It is very engaging. It is very inciting.
Insightful, and there will be so many things in this book that I'm sure that you wouldn't have ever heard or read about anywhere
Yes,
else. It is so much awesome things in this book that I never heard before.
Yes, like if you are also fond of stories with yogis and mystics, for sure this is also the book for you. There are written about many things which many people might not be familiar with, or they might think it belongs to the supernatural, and yet maybe from the perspective of the author, or from the perspective of advanced spiritual practitioners, did I say correct? Then for them that thing might be a reality. And yet it doesn't matter how you take it, just to read it, it's very interesting. So I cannot recommend you this book much enough.
Yes.
Look into it. It's even very cheap. We took it from Amazon in India for 250 rupees.
Yeah,
and yet the value of this book is immeasurable.
Yes, I agree to that. Yes.
Anything else we have to say?
I guess that is it.
Yes, thank you very much for watching, and let us know what you think. Be happy. Love you. Have a wonderful day.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.